Aloha everyone, Michelle Melendez with blossominnerwellness.com and standtogetherhawaii.com. And I want to do two stories. One is on a humongous company, the founder of this humongous company that gets hundreds of millions of dollars in sole contracts, SOLE, sole contracts, which means no other company can bid on it. They literally are given these contracts. And he was found dead. And I want to share his story. And I also want to talk about the fire battalion chief that was arrested on sexual assault charges with a minor, because all of those charges were dropped. And that whole story seems really fishy to me. And I think I have an idea of why that happened to him. But let me share with you guys my first story. And I want to say again, so much mahalo for joining. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe. My subscriptions have they stopped for the whole year that I was sharing about the Maui fire. I had like new people sign up. So if you like this, please share it and subscribe and throw down a comment. That would be amazing. So let me just share with you guys this. Potential, this is from Civil Beat, Honolulu Civil Beat, a local media. Prominent Native Hawaiian defense contractor as part of new federal criminal probe. Officials from the Dawson companies, I'll share with you guys who that is, would only say they are cooperating with the federal investigation, so it's unclear what's going on. Federal authorities executed a search warrant early this week. This was June 2023. This is prior to his death, because his death was last week, but this is what was going down. And they had a search warrant at the Honolulu offices of Dawson, a conglomerate of native Hawaii-owned companies that receives tens of millions of dollars in government contracts, mostly from the Department of Defense. Super interesting. There were witnesses that said federal agents, including the IRS, appeared at Dawson's Honolulu headquarters and seizing computers, seizing phones. So obviously he's under some type of investigation, but they're not saying what it is. They're not saying what it is. His company, the Hawaii Native Corporation, includes 11 for-profit companies. So the Hawaii Native Corporation is a nonprofit that underneath it has 11 for-profit companies, and it employs 1,100 people, but it gets hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts with the Department of Defense. And this company has donated more than $50,000 to President Biden's campaign. They have donated thousands to other Democrats in Hawaii. It says that they have donated and spent over $180,000 in lobbying efforts. So I think that's interesting, because that's nowhere close to even a small fraction of what they get. And they're all supposed to be donating to Hawaii natives, which I find interesting that's nowhere to be found. In fact, it's right here. Here it is. Here we go. This is from the Hawaii Free Press, and this is dated December 30th, so just the other day. And here is what it says. Christopher Dawson, a prominent native Hawaii defense contractor, was found dead Thursday on Oahu, according to the Honolulu Medical Examiner. And Dawson's death, which the medical examiner determined by suicide, comes as he was under federal investigation for alleged financial crimes, including wire fraud and money laundering. The cause of death was self-inflicted gunshot wounds, and it says that it hit his head and his neck. The founder was the former chairman, he stepped down, of the Hawaii Native Corp. Again, it was a nonprofit, but it had 11 for-profit subsidies underneath it, and they received hundreds of millions of dollars in federal contracts, mainly from the U.S. Department of Defense. And his family says that Monday morning that Dawson was found, he has unexpectedly passed away from unknown causes. So this is from his family. Despite recent media reports to the contrary, we have spoken with the medical examiner's office, who has advised us that they are looking at additional evidence. They're not just suicide, they're saying they're looking at additional evidence. The medical examiner is doing a second autopsy. This position is that the investigation is still ongoing. And it says that there were gunshot wounds to the head and neck, and they said it in the manner of death as suicide. I think that's, who knows? We don't know the truth, but that's what they're saying. And I wanted to share that they has relied heavily on sole contracts, means no other people can bid, and set aside contracts awarded through a minority contract program with the Small Business Administration, which require that a portion of the profits be given back to the Native Hawaiian community. Okay, let's see how he's helping out the Native Hawaiians with hundreds of millions of dollars going to this company. This is what it says, that the Hawaii Native Corporation's charitable giving has included paying the electric bills at the Iolani Palace, right? They paid the electric bills. They sponsored the Hawaiian Word of the Day on a public radio. There you go. And it's unknown exactly how much money has gone toward these charitable endeavors. And so we got two of them. And this company that gets hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're supposed to be supporting the Native Hawaiian community. And I don't want to be disrespecting the dead, but my goodness, my gosh. Oops. I do want to also show you guys who this is, Christopher Dawson, and this is his polo. He is the Christopher Dawson Wright, founder of the Hawaiian Native Corporation in 2012, following a polo match. Yeah, not hurting for dinero, that's for sure. And then he was also found dead after died by suicide. Interesting, as he faced potential criminal charges for alleged financial crimes. What's going on? You know, my hope and prayer is that a lot of this is being exposed because these are criminals. Like what's going down with the, Biden and Congress giving billions of dollars to Ukraine, billions of dollars in humanitarian effort for Africa. That's all laundering, you guys. You have to understand when this billions of dollars goes to a country, the military industrial complex, which is owned by the foreign bankers, gets contracts. You know, who got the contract to rebuild Ukraine? BlackRock, first or second largest investment company in the United States, who is owned mostly by the foreign bankers who run the world. They're getting all these contracts. So that's laundering. It's going into one area, it's coming out, it's going to another area. Come on, they're not just sending billions of dollars because they care about people. We all know they don't care about people. So let me just show you this other story that I find interesting. Uh, because I didn't do a story on this back when this was going down, but I just wanted to throw this in here. Maui Fire Department Battalion Chief Sean Rogers arrested and charged for sexual assault. Okay, this man posted bail. Bail has been posted at $150,000. According to the Maui Police Department, who we all trust, right? He was arrested and charged for sexual assault in the first degree and continuous sexual assault of a minor under 14 years. No mugshot is available. I even looked, tried to find the mugshot, couldn't find it just now before I put this in, before I did this story. But here's what happened with this. Here's what happened. Judge dismisses sexual assault case against Maui firefighter. A judge of Maui Fire on Maui has dismissed the case of a fire battalion chief who was charged with sexual assaulting a girl under the age of 14. Sean Rogers, a 25-year veteran of Maui Fire Department, has pleaded not guilty, not no contest, not guilty on 2 counts of sexual assault. Now check this out, you guys. His attorney filed a motion for dismissal and alleged there was misconduct by the prosecutor and the grand jury counsel during the initial presentation of evidence to the grand jury on May 2024. Interesting. And then attorney Brandon Siegel claimed the grand jury was discouraged from calling a witness who was waiting outside. A witness was waiting outside to talk, and they were discouraged from calling them in, and jurors' questions were interrupted. So isn't that interesting? The juries are asking questions, their questions are being interrupted. They're not allowing a witness who wants to come in and speak is sitting right outside the door to come in and talk on his behalf. Siegel's motion also said that Rogers' statement to the police about the case was minimized by the prosecutor and the grand jury counsel. So what did he say that is not being allowed in the case? And Judge Peter Cahill agreed with the motion on Tuesday and dismissed the case without prejudice. That means they have 60 days to recharge him. So why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Why was he accused? My guess is he might have possibly been speaking up about the Maui fire being a bunch of BS, because any firefighter who is worth a grain of salt knows that that fire was an attack on the people. It was not normal. My book, the second edition, Great Maui Land Grab, you can get it at greatmauilandgrabbook.com. Second edition, the first edition has 23 fire anomalies. This one's got 27 fire anomalies, you guys, because that fire was absolutely not normal. None of it's normal. No fire is normal when they burn, melt cars, but they leave the trees. So my guess is that Mr. Sean Rogers might have been speaking out against the Maui fire and then all of a sudden ends up with sexual charges that then get dismissed. Yeah, but still, when you are in the public arena, you get sexual charges on you, you're going to have a stigma because people are going to believe what they're going to believe. So I just find that really sad for him. And also, I want to just honor him if that's true, if that's what went down, which I do not know. I'm speculating. But if that's what went down, I want to honor that man because he at least got balls to freaking step up and speak out, except for the boat captains that went and picked up human bodies, human remains, and aren't speaking up about any of it. And all the other people that know the truth aren't speaking up. There was one ambulance driver that I saw after the Maui fire that was going around and showing pictures and saying, you guys all know this is not normal, but nobody else. So Sean Rogers, if you're watching this, I just want to give you a mahalo because my guess is you were starting to speak out and someone didn't want you to. That's my guess. Okay. I don't know if that's true or not. If he did assault a 14-year-old girl, that's no bueno. But this man, 25 years as a veteran, family man, doesn't mean anything about sexual assault, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think that this fire chief was battalion chief was I think he was starting to speak out, and I encourage him to continue to do so, even though it's scary and what they're up against over there is really horrific. They can't do it to everybody, you guys. If you guys over in Maui speak up, they can't say everybody's sexually assaulted a minor. They can't do that to everybody, because if they did, that would be a huge eye opener for a lot of people. So I just want to honor all of you guys for speaking the truth. And Christopher Dawson, this multi-millionaire who was supposed to be supporting the Hawaiian natives, now he's under federal investigation. I find that interesting. And he could have done a lot of good for the Hawaiian natives. And a lot of them are being priced out of paradise. A lot of them are homeless on the beach, you guys, living on the beach in their native home, in their native land. And they are on lists, the Hawaiian homeland list, and they're on there forever until they die. And that homeland, the Hawaii homelands, is supposed to give land from the state to the Hawaiian people. And it doesn't until the person dies, and then it doesn't get transferred. It just ends. It's the money, the land goes back to the state. So he could have really helped, and done really great wonders for these islands. So that's my take on it. What do you guys think? If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share. The sponsor of my channel is Ace of Coins. If you want to lower your taxes, buy Bitcoin tax-free, license your biometric data, please go to aceofcoins.com. check them out. Also, sending a shout out to the voice of Kona Radio, 100.5 FM. Mahalo, Randall and Mike, for supporting the work that I do. And then lastly, I am going to be doing 2 programs in the new year. One is a whole program on my book, End Dieting Hell: How to Find Peace in Your Body and Release the Weight. This is a 4-month program based on my 4-time award-winning book, to support men and women with body image and weight. And then that's going to be in the new year. So please check out Blossom Inner Wellness. And then also, if you want to know how to write an award-winning book, this first one won 4 awards, and Dieting Hell won 4 awards. Great Maui Land Grab has won 1 so far. It's in other book contests, and I'm guessing it's going to win more. If you want to learn how to write a book, get it done, get it published, get it in print and in your hands. That's a 6-month program, and you can learn about it at blossominnerwellness.com. And I'd love to support you to get your message out to the world. Because the more of us that speak out, the safer all of us are. And the more of us that wake up, the quicker this evil ends. Sending you much aloha. All right, Great Spirit, Infinite Intelligence of all things. Mahalo so much for Bodhi, who's in Oahu, who always supports my work and sends me information. I really appreciate you. Mahalo for my friends here on the Big Island and around the world. And for those people who have sent me Christmas cards, and for Dawn, who supports me monetarily monthly, and for that person who sent me that amazing candle, it smells so good, and for the person who sent me the butterfly necklace and all of it. I just really appreciate the support, because I know that I'm not alone. And Great Spirit, none of us are alone. You are with us every single moment of the day. We cannot be separate from you. The infinite intelligence of the universe lives in every single cell of our body. We are so grateful for the knowingness that legions of angels are supporting us. We are each being guided to do what is our kuleana right now at this time in history. And Great Spirit, we get to watch as things unfold that bind evil, that bind those who do not value human life, who do not value freedom, that they are bound by the light and frequency of love and truth and freedom. They cannot do any more harm. Great Spirit, we are so grateful for that. And we get to watch as this beautiful Aina, this beautiful land, unfolds and flourishes with peace and harmony for all people and love for all people. Can we imagine we see a world where each one of us wakes up doing what we love, knowing that we are more than abundant. We don't need to struggle every day, that the struggle is an illusion and is set up by these banking elite families whose control of the world is over. We call it forth now, Great Spirit. We know that you, through the infinite intelligence of infinite possibilities of what we can create on this planet, we create that. We create peace and harmony, that all people who do not value human life are bound and are being removed from the planet. We call that forth now, Great Spirit, and we get to watch as it unfolds. We know it is done, and so it is. Sending you and your ohana so much aloha from the Big Island.